Hi, everybody. How are y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing great. Great. I just wanted to start off this episode with, a couple of different things that I've been looking at lately. Um, I see a lot of things on here about vaginal health, and it just seemed like it's just not shared enough. So I want to help share it a lot more so people can see. So let's get started with this and see what great stuff she has to say in this episode.
Some girl talk, okay? And we're just gonna get straight into it. This girl talk is about feminine health and hygiene, which is kind of like almost a taboo topic. I don't know why. I kind of understand it. But yeah, I feel like us as women, we need to discuss these things more often. So Taylor's growing up. I have 3 daughters. I have to admit, the topic of feminine health and hygiene was not a topic in my household between my mom and I. And like I've said previously, I don't fault her. I'm pretty sure she's modeling her mothering skills from her mother, so maybe they didn't have the conversation, and so she didn't know that was what she was supposed to do either. Especially after having Ryan, I just was like, you know what? I have 3 girls. I need to be having these conversations with them. I need to be knowledgeable and be able to present this information to them so we have that open relationship so I can teach them how to be clean and healthy down there. So yeah, that's why I decided to do this video. I'm pretty sure there's things that I could be doing that you guys will let me know in the comments, right? So yeah, if you're interested in this topic, keep on watching. The number one tip, which I wish my parents told me about, well, they kind of did, but they didn't tell me properly. But soap, you guys, soap. Y'all like my props? But yes, soap is so important. You need to use a very mild soap, unscented, and also your washcloths need to be clean. We like to use white washcloths because you can see more on the washcloths. You can tell if they're clean or if they need to be thrown or recycled or washed properly. But definitely a nice washcloth and some soap. Of course, only use your washcloth once, wash it, use a new one. I say that's for your towels as well. Make sure, I like to use white towels and washcloths. My friend, or Devin's friend Shelton, hates staying at our house and using white towels because he's like, y'all gonna be able to see how dirty I am and all that. I'm like, no, that's for you and for us. Like, we just want to make sure that our linens are clean. Number 3 is actually keeping pH products in your household. And so you can have pH strips where you can actually test your pH at home. And these are by NutriBlast. I'll link them below. So this is pH strips, and basically you take out a strip, take the strip, and then with one hand, of course, you're gonna open her up, and then you're gonna swipe in the inside, like the walls. Just get in there, make sure you hold it for like 5 seconds, and then the strip will change color. Naturally it's like this like yellow green color, but once you test yourself, then you can color match it to this little gadget right here. So it has like a little color comparison chart on here, and then you just compare the color. And it says for a normal pH level, it's between 3.0 and 4.5. And that's like a yellow color to like a really natural green color. Now, if it's above, if it's 5.0 or higher, I think the scale actually goes to like 14 or something. I'm not really sure. But if it's this dark green color and it actually says abnormal, then you know your pH is out of whack. You need to normalize it. So it's always good to have stuff like this. And this Trust me, y'all, I didn't know any of this before. So testing your pH level, just so you're not guessing, you actually know that your pH is off. So say your pH is out of whack and you don't want to go to the doctor because you know it's not that serious. You know you probably used the wrong soap or you did something. So to get you back on track, these are Boric Life. Boric, it's called Boric Acid. It's 600 milligrams. Very natural. You don't have anything to worry about. It's all natural ingredients. And it's a suppository. It has this little thing right here. You put the little pill inside and then you push it up there. And this takes 7 days to work. So you have to do it every night for 7 days. However, you'll notice that everything's back to normal like on the third day, but definitely keep going until the seventh day, till you complete it, and then test your pH again. I'll link them in the description box. So you get suppositories, there's 15 of them in here. You get your pH strips, and you also get the all natural boric acid pills or suppositories, is what it's really called. I have a code for you. And also, this is money back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you, get your money back away. You can buy these on Amazon. Make sure you read all the reviews. I love Amazon, but girl, it's hard sometimes to find good products on Amazon because it's like everybody's trying to sell stuff in all these Asian websites and all of that. So make sure when you go to Amazon, read the reviews. Make sure you look at the ratings and all of that before you purchase anything. Like even clothes, whatever. Just make sure you read the reviews. pH basically it measures your body whether it's in an alkaline state or acidic state. And even though it sounds kind of weird, like you want your vajayjay down there to be in a acidic state. So if it's too alkaline, that's when bacteria can overgrow and you can have all these different issues. And for me, like even like back to the soap issue, like when I was younger and even as an adult, honestly, like you think like if there's odor or something that you think you have to wash more, like you gotta use soaps that smell good, like you want it to smell good. It's embarrassing that it doesn't smell right. But really, when you use such soaps and deodorants and any other like douches, any of that stuff, really you're making it worse, and the smell is going to get worse, and you may have discharge and just all kinds of craziness. So don't think about odors as like you need to do more. Usually it's you need to do less. So make sure you're using like just clean water, washcloth. Why I say clean water? Use clean washcloths. Make sure you're using the most natural, like sensitive soaps ever. You don't need any smell good stuff down there because it's just going to throw your pH off and you're just going to make everything worse. So if you're having odor issues, don't think that you need to mask it with something that smells good. No, you're just making it worse. So simple. Water, soap, washcloth. That's it. Yeah. Water girl. Drink water, staying hydrated. It helps. It helps just everything. It helps cleanse your body. Also, you can do like infused waters with lemon or lime, apples, whatever fruits you want. And not only do you need to hydrate, cheers, also eating fruits and veggies. Whatever you eat, which I need to be better at this, but you you basically sweat and discharge what you eat. So if you're eating unhealthy foods like fast food all the time, then your odor is going to be different. Now, if you're eating lots of fruits and veggies, just imagine how beautiful you'll smell. I'm not preaching because I need to take these same tips seriously and be consistent as well. Your diet is so important. But yeah, I heard that if you eat like lots of like pineapple and strawberries, and I think even mangoes, it really helps with down there like in more ways than one. Again, you sweat and discharge what you eat. What you ingest is what's going to be coming out. So if you're eating more, but even though fruits and vegetables are a good thing, of course, they're sweet, natural sugars, and it's going to make you basically make you smell better. That does not mean sugar is going to make you feel better or smell better. Like if you're ingesting too much sugar or too many carbs, that can also mess with the scent down there as well. So make sure you stay away from sugary things and carbs, like healthy sugars, healthy carbs. Another good tip that I recently started using is essential oils. Like you guys know, as naturals, we love coconut oil and all of those different oils. So I read that and it works. Trust me, it does. If you need a little pick me up down there, what you can do is you can use coconut oil. Coconut oil is a carrier oil. So you can use.
What I just wanted to talk about for a few seconds here. Actually, she made a few good key points on some things that she was saying. Boric acid is it's pretty good. To each his own, though. It's pretty different for everybody's body, so that's something that you would have to try out yourself. There's so many different kinds, so you have to see which one actually works for you. pH strips she mentions, which are also really well. They're very good to take with you no matter where you go or for any time that you actually need them. So those are always nice to have on hand. She also mentioned washing with soap, which we all definitely know is a no-no, period. When it comes to putting on the vaginal area, for me personally, I don't even think nobody should even use soap in that area. And if you would use it, I would say you would have to use something more or less like a black soap or something that's pretty pure Castile with some essential oils mixed in, something of that nature like that. Also, which was a great point when she mentioned, when you're younger and you smell bad, when you think that you need to wash more, but actually you're making it worse, and then you're using perfumey soap to wash with it. So that was a great key point. And also, we know that water definitely makes a big difference about things too. So you definitely have to have plenty of water in your system to make everything pretty good. So she made also a good point on that. So let's just listen in more and see what else she got to say.
Some coconut oil and some tea tree oil. So I don't know the measurements, but just use maybe like 2 spoonfuls of coconut oil and put 2 drops of tea tree oil. And mix it together, make sure it's liquefied, and then you can just use a tampon. Make sure your tampons are natural, no dyes or any of that craziness. I make sure I always read the labels now because at Target and Walmart has some really good brands where it's like the best type of tampon. But anyway, you dip the tampon in the essential oil mixture. Of course, you take. Let me just do it right because I don't want y'all to be tripping, doing exactly what I'm doing. But the oil is in here. You let that sit in there and soak up all of that coconut oil and the tea tree oil, and then you just insert. Or you can use just like a little cotton swab and soak it and just rub it on the outside of basically your lips. Clean it really good with these oils, or you can use water and tea tree oil. But I think coconut oil, because it's a carrier oil, I think it's more less crazy because tea tree oil is very strong. It's a essential oil, right? I think. But yeah, so you definitely need to mix it with a carrier oil. Like I said, coconut oil and tea tree together helps. You can actually insert, or you can just wipe on the outsides of it. Most oils have like an antifungal property where it can, eliminate any type of bacteria. So try that. Just like us naturals with our craziness with oils and everything else for our hair, you can also do an ACV bath. Basically, bring yourself a nice warm bath. Put like 1 to 2 cups. Is it 1 to 2 cups? Yeah, 1 to 2 cups. Add 1 to 2 cups of the most natural ACV or apple cider vinegar. Put it in your bath, and then you can just soak in there for a little bit, and it's the same thing. It has antifungal properties. It helps level your pH balance. So that's something else that you can do as well. Next tip, I think I already touched on this, but do not use douches. I don't care how natural they are. I feel like you should never use douches. That's just making it just makes matters worse. So stay away from douches. Um, we talked about the detergent, right? So make sure you're using really nice detergents, natural as possible. I have a few suggestions if you need them. And stay away from the fabric softeners. Like, no, don't use those. I know fabric softeners are amazing, they smell good, but they also create like a layer on top of your linens and your clothes. So if you're wiping down there, like it could just put your pH out of whack. Like our vaginas are so like high maintenance. Like you have to just try to keep it as pure as possible down there. Make sure you're wearing simple undies, cotton, breathable. I would even say you could wear lace underwear. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I do because I do have a husband. So lace underwear, anything breathable, but anything that's too tight or like spandex or any type of blended materials, it could just make you sweat more down there. Your vagina won't be able to breathe. So basically that's when bacteria can like overproduce. Like of course we are going to have some type of bacteria down there. Usually it's the good kind, and our vaginas can like, clean it out naturally. But if it's suffocated, if you're wearing anything other than cotton or lace, I feel like you're just making a playground for bacteria to just overgrow and just really cause you some issues. So yeah, keep it simple with some cute cotton panties or some cute lace ones. And oh yeah, with the fabric softener. So even if you do use cotton panties and you're using fabric softener, again, it's known to make like a layer or film over top of the material. So then it's like your cotton panties aren't breathable. So that could be an issue too. I mean, sleep without panties, honestly, because that way you are letting her breathe. Like you have to do that. Of course, if you're sleeping without panties, make sure you're washing your sheets regularly, more often than when you, of course, wear panties to bed. So if you decide to sleep with your vag out, as Devin says, he really says that to me. He was like, "You always got your vag out." But yeah, so just make sure you wash your sheets. Same thing with the good detergent, the fabric softener, same thing. It's all reoccurring. And then, of course, if none of this stuff works and the symptoms are getting worse, then of course, you need to see your doctor, because sometimes even the most natural remedies, whether it's the boric acid suppositories, or if you're using the coconut and tea tree oil, or you're doing your ACV baths, if none of that stuff is working and your pH is still out of whack, then sometimes you do need to get something prescribed. So make sure you see your doctor. And also, even if you want to take these pills to your doctor first to see if they recommend them, but most OBGYNs do recommend this brand specifically, and I let my OB see them before I decided to do them. So yeah, just make sure you stay connected with your doctors as well. But I hope you guys like these tips. How many did we have? I think we had like 11 tips. So yeah, so I wrote them all down to make sure I didn't forget anything. I do want to give a special thanks to Borg Life and NutriBlast for sponsoring this video. Your products are amazing. I feel so honored to be able to collab with you guys. Of course, I love the brand anyway, but to actually get to work with them is pretty cool. Like, this is the type of content I want to do. I use it, I stand by it, and being able to work with them is pretty awesome. So definitely check out their website. Check out them on on Instagram, on Amazon, and I'll link everything. If you guys have any questions about this brand, or if you have any questions just in general, let me know. I want us to have girl talk about this in the comments. If you have daughters, like, how did this conversation come up? How are you?
I think she did a great job overall, pretty much talking about the different things that a lot doesn't get talked about a lot. So I have to give her on that. When she was talking about mixing the coconut tea tree oil for a tampon, be very careful when doing that. You have to be very careful when you're using essential oils and know how much ratio carrier oil that you need to do that. And we also have a video on that too on our channel, so check out that video. She mentioned ACV baths, which are nice. Those usually can help. I prefer like more or less like the sit bath instead of the actual whole bath, but to each his own. So it depends on what for. Detergents are another one. Great mention. You just can't be too sure about detergents, especially like Tide and Gain and things of those natures. Those aren't very good for your vagina, nor the fabric softeners, which is a good one to mention. So you might want to check into what kind of detergent you want to use or change. And also, a great mention was the cotton underwear. Definitely a number one. You should try and wear those all the time if necessary or if you can. Those are best for breathing and letting your vagina breathe. Also, like she says, if you have any questions, you can contact your doctor or a naturopath, depending on what area that you want to go to. I less prefer more or less naturopaths. Um, they can give you so much ability of things that you can use or know the natural way or naturally doing it. So that's pretty much up to you. And like I said, once again, about Boric suppositories, they're pretty good. To each his own, though. Works for some, works not for others, you know. Boric Life, I've heard about their brand, which I've heard is not a bad brand at all. Like I said, it works for some, but may not for others. So, with that said, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. And we will see you again shortly. And you all have a great day or evening, depending where you are. Goodbye.